Let's talk about something else.
What was Kim doing? She had to have been in the freak-offs.
A scandal so volatile it has Hollywood's most ruthless lawyers scrambling is now forcing Netflix into damage control mode. Reports claim the streaming giant quietly hit the brakes on its long-anticipated Diddy documentary after one name triggered alarm bells in executive offices, Kim Kardashian. Insiders say the final cut was aggressively sanitized, stripping out any footage that could directly connect her to Diddy's inner circle. But here's the bombshell. Those erased clips allegedly still exist, and both 50 Cent and the filmmakers are said to have copies. If the courts don't seal them away, this could become the leak that fractures the Kardashian brand once and for all. And this isn't speculation, it's happening in real time. Sources allege Kim's legal team came in swinging, threatening Netflix with a defamation lawsuit so severe the platform reportedly considered shelving the entire project. Now Hollywood is asking one chilling question. What's on that footage that has one of the most powerful women in entertainment fighting this hard to keep it buried? Insiders claim that less than 48 hours after Diddy's September 2024 arrest, Netflix received a cease and desist demanding the removal of every frame tying Kim to his infamous freak-offs, alleged trafficking operations, and ultra-exclusive white parties. But the most damaging claim? The raw footage reportedly doesn't just show her attending, it allegedly shows her helping organize them. And if that material ever leaks, it wouldn't just stain Kim's image, it could drag the entire Kardashian empire down with it.
Does he know y'all have this in the doc?
I would doubt he knows.
So when this airs, that'll be the first time that his legal team, Diddy, that everybody knows that this footage is now seeing the light of day.
It should show you his character.
Was that the reason for including it?
Yeah. I mean, what's the odds that you would do that in front of the camera? Like that's one of the moments where he forgot he was on tape.
This is the same Kim Kardashian who, just months earlier, quietly unfollowed Diddy on Instagram, an unmistakable attempt to create distance as the scandal grew louder. The same Kim who insiders say went into full crisis mode once his indictment dominated the headlines. So here's the real question. Why escalate to legal warfare now unless the footage is truly catastrophic? Sources close to the production claim the original documentary cut included audio of Kim allegedly discussing the behind-the-scenes mechanics of Diddy's parties, curated guest lists, restricted access, and tightly controlled after-hours activity. But that wasn't even the most explosive material. According to insiders, the filmmakers also possessed a second clip from a 2019 Diddy event, showing Kim on camera casually joking about the rules of those parties. And these weren't innocent guidelines. Federal indictments later described rules allegedly tied to substance use, coercion, and illegal recordings. Netflix may have erased the footage, but 50 Cent reportedly didn't. And if that clip ever surfaces, it could rewrite everything we think we know.
Diddy and the Kardashians were in the bathroom. And as they were in the bathroom, one of the Kardashians was getting dry humped. And it's obvious to see which one was getting dry humped. It was Kim Kardashian. At the time, she was with Kanye. So at the time, when Kanye was doing whatever, and she goes off, she's getting dry humped on a wall by P. Diddy.
When someone leaks something, it goes to TMZ. Like the regular person that channels with TMZ. When you see something come on and it comes on CNN, that's a little different. Came from the government. So, you know, and then they benefited probably the most from those.
Because if the footage were truly harmless, why unleash a legal assault on one of the most powerful media corporations in the world? Why demand a complete purge over what's being framed as meaningless party banter? Unless it isn't banter at all, unless it sounds far more like a confession.
Who was with you this weekend? A bunch of my friends. Diddy, Quincy, Justin Bieber,
So far,
French
so good.
Montana.
Do you even know half the people you're naming?
No.
He didn't go to bed. I haven't been to bed yet.
You haven't?
I want to be Chloe when I grow up, Court. I got on a plane at 5:30 a.m. Of this party. I think half the people there were butt naked. You would have loved it.
For years, the Kardashians didn't just associate with Diddy, they openly praised him. Kris Jenner's longtime partner, Corey Gamble, even posted a glowing birthday tribute to Diddy's late ex, Kim Porter, thanking her for everything she and Diddy had done for his life. But now, with a federal indictment peeling back the darker layers of Diddy's world, that admiration has reportedly turned into panic. Insiders say the family is scrambling behind the scenes, deeply concerned about subpoenas and the possibility of being called to testify. And the pressure isn't limited to Kim. Khloe Kardashian's resurfaced 2014 confession about attending a nearly nude party has reemerged at the worst possible time, just as prosecutors reportedly intensify efforts to identify who was present, who stayed silent, and who may have known far more than they ever admitted publicly.
We had a 787. We're gonna put beds in.
We should get a Challenger.
When I saw this Pop has a whole back. It's a bedroom. It's a bed.
It's not really.
I do.
I know you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually. But I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture, you don't saying anything because they participated.
Was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day?
I'm just not with all that. All of the stuff that he's doing. I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you could say basic or normal.
According to insiders, the deleted scenes from the documentary push the story into far more dangerous territory. These clips reportedly don't just show Kim attending Diddy's events. They allegedly place her inside discussions about how those parties were run. One source claims there's footage from a 2019 yacht gathering where Kim is seen laughing as she tells a group, "You know the rules. No phones after midnight." That line, once brushed off as casual party talk, takes on a chilling new meaning after federal prosecutors cited the same rule as part of Diddy's alleged system of control, designed to ensure nothing ever leaked. If Kim was enforcing those rules, the line between guest and operator becomes impossible to ignore. And the aggressive legal threats from her team suggest they understand exactly how damaging that perception could be. Faced with the risk of a high-profile defamation war, Netflix reportedly chose to cut the scenes entirely. But 50 Cent, the documentary's executive producer, appears to be doing the opposite of backing down. In interviews, he's hinted the truth will surface regardless, telling Good Morning America, "If I didn't say anything, you would interpret it as hip-hop is fine with his behaviors." As the documentary's release approaches, the stakes continue to rise. Because if Kim's team is this determined to bury what's already been removed, it raises a far bigger question. What else is still sitting on that hard drive?
There's other stuff that you just have not shown.
Yeah, well, everything couldn't make there's only 4 episodes.
Right.
So it was a lot. You had to pick and choose things. Like even in the area where he chooses to date people who he knows previously dated someone. He has a baby by a woman that was dating Tupac.
Wow.
To add to it, but we had to cut it down for
time. So are you coming out? I know next year is going to be a number 2. Season 2?
I just put it on YouTube.
I just put it on YouTube.
This story isn't just about one documentary. It's about an entire system finally being exposed. A network of powerful figures who partied with Diddy, dismissed the rumors, stayed silent as allegations mounted, and are now reportedly in full damage control mode. Insiders claim phones are being scrubbed, old posts deleted, and legal teams assembled, all in hopes their names don't appear in the next court filing. One alleged clip was reportedly deemed too explosive to ever air. Footage of Kim not just referencing the parties, but allegedly discussing how to manage the press if anything leaked. That scene never made the final cut, but the question it raises won't disappear. Was this simple concern over reputation? Or the voice of someone who understood exactly what was at risk? Because if Kim Kardashian was more than just a guest, if she played even a small role in the machinery behind Diddy's operation, then this isn't just another Kardashian controversy. It's a direct threat to the foundation of the brand itself. And with leaks, lawsuits, and indictments accelerating, the next revelation may be the one that brings everything crashing down.
The thing I remember most from being there was P. Diddy in the restroom of the Met. It was the women's room. That's why I was there. dry humping a Kardashian.
So fun.
Well, I know you're known for the parties. When you think of a party or a good time, you think of Puff. You do. But we've been known to party with you a few times. Yes. What are I don't know, some of you were just at Puff's birthday.
Yes.
Yes.
I forgot about that.
Clips of Khloe joking about Diddy's parties are now going viral, while fans continue resurfacing photos of Kim and Diddy together, taken long after the first allegations were already circulating. The deeper people dig, the harder it becomes to believe this was all harmless fun. Because if the Kardashians were truly just guests, why the army of lawyers, the aggressive legal threats, and the sudden silence? The answer may be sitting on a hard drive somewhere, waiting for the right moment to detonate. And when it does, it won't be just Diddy under scrutiny, it will be the entire culture that enabled him. Scandals this big never stay contained. The people who once believed they were untouchable are waking up to a brutal reality. They're not. Deals are being cut, calls are being made, and behind closed doors, elite legal teams are calculating how much truth can surface without collapsing everything. Because if Kim Kardashian was more than a bystander, if she played any role at all, the next domino won't be a rapper or a producer. It will be an empire. And the clock is ticking. The real question isn't if the footage leaks, but when. And when it does, the Kardashians won't just trend, they'll be in the crosshairs. And it doesn't stop with Kim. Others who laughed off rumors, partied with Diddy, and stayed silent when the allegations first surfaced are now reportedly scrubbing social media and praying their names don't appear in the next court filing. This isn't just about one family either. Diddy's alleged inner circle reportedly stretched far beyond music, into politics, the courts, and the highest levels of the industry. These were people who believed power would protect them. But power doesn't work like it used to, not when evidence is digital, witnesses are talking, and one leak can rewrite history. This isn't just a scandal. It's a reckoning. And it's only beginning.
A new Netflix docuseries about Sean Diddy Combs is making headlines for its never-before-seen footage of the music mogul in the days before his arrest.
Girl, when I tell you Cassie didn't just come for Diddy, she came with full-on vengeance, believe me. She didn't sip tea. She flipped the table. Cassie blew the lid off secrets tied to everyone connected to those parties, and the fallout has been unreal. We all expected a few big industry names to surface, maybe Jay-Z, but Cassie said, "Hold my drink," and unleashed a list nobody was ready for. Britney Spears, Paris Hilton, the Kardashians, even Ellen DeGeneres. Yes, that Ellen. And let's be clear, Cassie deserves a standing ovation. 11 years under Diddy's control, enduring who knows what, and still finding the courage to walk into court and lay it all out. Receipts, timelines, details. Legendary. One of the most shocking revelations centers on her 21st birthday party in 2007. According to her lawsuit, that night marked the first time Diddy made advances toward her. She was completely blindsided. And who wouldn't be? In her 2023 filing, Cassie described how Diddy inserted himself into every corner of her life, showing up to her Vegas birthday surrounded by powerful musicians and producers, flexing influence while she was just trying to celebrate. And here's what makes it even darker. At the time, Diddy was publicly dating Kim Porter. Yet Cassie alleges he pursued her aggressively at an after-party, pulling her into a hotel bathroom and forcibly kissing her. She ran out in tears, telling only her closest friend. Meanwhile, the party itself was packed with celebrities, Britney Spears, Paris Hilton, Dallas Austin, names that now hit very differently. And let's be honest, given Diddy's reputation, this wasn't a quiet get-together. Now here's the part that shook fans. The very next day was the 2007 VMAs, where Britney Spears delivered a performance people have debated for years. Suddenly, the dots connect. That wasn't indifference, it was aftermath. Britney wasn't alone either. Paris Hilton was there, confirmed by photos. And then there's the name that stunned everyone, Ellen DeGeneres. America's daytime darling, allegedly partying in Diddy's orbit. Cassie's testimony isn't gossip. It's a tsunami. And the fallout? It's just getting started.
Try to be early?
Yes, I'm trying to be early.
Are you going to be early for my party?
Yes, I am. No.
No.
You know I have to arrive fashionably late.
All right. Not too late, though.
Not too late?
Not too late,
What
please.
time would you like me there?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
But not too late.
Because, you know, once you get there, the party really starts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you. I promise you, I'm not gonna let you down on this big one.
All right, good.
Real.
Good.
Your shoes, your feet are gonna have blisters. You're gonna be dancing so hard.
I can't wait.
And just when you think it can't get messy, Cassie doubled down. In a later interview, she threw unmistakable shade at Diddy for allegedly snubbing her on his birthday. He claimed he sent an invitation, but you already know how that story usually ends. No proof, no receipts, just a very convenient excuse. And the silence surrounding that invite speaks louder than anything else.
Tell me about your birthday party. Am I invited?
Yes. Yes, you're definitely invited. I invite you to all my parties. You just haven't seen to show up.
No, well, is it on the East Coast?
Yes.
Well, that's why. Why don't you have one here on the West Coast? Because I work all the time.
Okay, well, maybe I have one at your house.
Where's that? Now, what time would your party start, let's say?
Like 9:30.
Really? That early?
Yeah.
I could make that.
Yeah.
But wait, because it somehow gets even messier. In that same interview, Diddy casually joked about one of his secret after-hours parties. And Ellen? She didn't hesitate. She jumped right in, laughing along like she knew exactly what he was talking about. At the time, it played off as harmless banter. But now, that moment feels completely different. It's one of those blinking miss-it exchanges that suddenly looks loaded, like an inside joke that wasn't meant for the public, hinting at chaos hiding just beneath the surface.
But I think of you of starting a party at like midnight. Like what time will it go till?
That's a different type of party.
Uh-huh.
No, it'll go from like 9:30 to like maybe 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And then, you know, we have the top 2 floors of the hotel.
Mm-hmm. And then it will carry on there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The after party.
Mm-hmm. No, I know about them. I'll listen to the music. I've heard that song After Party.
And it doesn't stop there. There's actual footage of paparazzi pressing Ellen about her relationship with Diddy, and when I tell you she looked rattled, I mean visibly shaken. She stumbled over her words, clearly flustered, thrown off balance just by hearing his name. The cameras caught everything, and the reaction was telling. It raises an uncomfortable question. How much did Ellen really know, and was she quietly protecting him all along? But Ellen isn't the only name resurfacing. The spotlight keeps swinging back to the Kardashians, specifically the sisters. And honestly, that part doesn't surprise anyone. They were everywhere, front and center at countless A-list events. In a resurfaced clip, all 3 sisters are seated with Diddy, casually discussing his parties and just how notorious they were. The vibe is unmistakable. They're engaged, entertained, fully aware of the reputation. And before anyone tries to sell the innocent fun narrative, let's be real, whatever they were describing sounded wild enough to know exactly what kind of environment they were stepping into. The Kardashians attended his parties for years, praised him publicly, and stayed close, until the moment he was exposed. Then came the sudden switch. Kim unfollowed Diddy on Instagram less than 24 hours before Homeland Security raided his properties. That timing alone has fans convinced she knew something was coming. And then there's Michelle Williams, a name that raised eyebrows when it reportedly surfaced early during jury selection, alongside celebrities like Kid Cudi, Kanye West, Mike Myers, Lauren London, and Dawn Richard. Whether she was a victim, a witness, or just another attendee remains unclear, but many believe answers will surface before this trial is over. Online speculation is already spiraling, with people questioning how many celebrities were silenced, spiraled, or quietly disappeared after crossing paths with Diddy. Some even believe certain high-profile figures moved overseas to put distance between themselves and what they know. And the biggest question still hanging in the air is this: what does Diddy actually have on these people? Many believe the answer lives on tapes that haven't seen daylight yet. Either way, drop your thoughts in the comments and stay tuned, because this story isn't slowing down anytime soon.